Roger? All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing. My goodness, this is like the first meeting of the year, so thank you for being here. The first meeting of the new season, 2012-2013. And wow, did everybody have a good summer? Yeah. Everybody have a good summer? Good. All right. Well, we missed you. We were going to have a picnic in the middle of the summer, but everybody seemed too busy, so we didn't have the picnic, which was okay. Next year, our plan is to have the picnic immediately after the last meeting, so then we can really build momentum up to it. So that'll be kind of cool. It'll be easier to attend. We'll tag on to the last program as opposed to in the middle. So, but it's good to be back. How many years have we been doing this, Steve?
We're in our 5th year. We're 5th anniversary next January.
Okay, so it's going to be our 5th anniversary next January. Wow. Time flies. As you can see, we have a new t-shirt I'm wearing. Dee's wearing, Ross is wearing, some other people are wearing. So we have new t-shirts. And we kind of rebranded a little bit. I don't know if you saw it in the newsletter, but we dropped the Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing, right? I mean, that's where the name came from, Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing, LA2M. But we kind of just made it LA2M because we felt they gave us a little more flexibility. And then we created the tagline Marketing Education, which is really what we're about. It's really what we are about. So we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we donate money to help people. Well, we donate money. Currently, we're donating to the Ann Arbor Public Schools to help kids who can't afford marketing and communications programs do different things. Okay, so currently we do that. That's where your money is going. And also, we fund the programming here and all the hard costs. And Stacy's usually here. Shoot, we don't have a basket. We normally, thanks, Steve. We normally pass the basket. Stacy's our treasurer. So because we're a 501c3, there's no dues, there's no cost for being here. If you want lunch, as you know, it's $10, and that includes your drink and tip and your lunch. Although you're welcome to tip more than that if you want. I'm sure the servers don't mind. But we usually pass the hat, and that kind of covers our costs and expenses. So as soon as Dee gets back with the hat, we'll pass that. We suggest maybe a $3 donation. Again, you don't have to donate. Because we are a 501c3, we actually have some sponsorship packages, which, God, we've been so busy. We're not officially rolling them out today, but they're going to be up on the website. You can sponsor our organization for a tax deduction. You do things like you get free t-shirts, you get exposure on our website, you get exposure in press releases, and we'll talk more about the benefits of that probably next week. I'm excited to totally prepare. But Dee's going to pass the hat if you want to donate. This goes to support the hard costs of our organization. Nobody here gets paid except, well, we actually have an employee, Mary Lou right here, is the LA2M manager. So LA2M has gotten so big and complex, and it was taking so much time that we actually hired someone to help, which is good because it helps the organization run smoother. Yeah, t-shirts are for sale. They are $12.50, and you can pay cash or check. And really that just covers cost plus a little bit of a donation for the LA2M fund, which is our scholarship fund. They will be for sale before and after the program. I don't know if did any of you notice the 72 vintage VW bus right out front? The yellow one? Somebody? Okay. Well, the digital bus is here. That's my bus. It's our bus. So we will be doing photos of the digital bus if you want your picture with the bus. Terry Bean, I know you want your picture with the bus. Yeah. So we can Instagram and tweet it right after the program. So if anyone's interested in reliving your past in a 72 fully restored camper bus. What's that? Okay, this is for Terry. Here's your speaker gift early. There's your speaker. Yeah, so we're giving t-shirts to all the speakers. That's another perk of speaking. So thank you, Terry Bean. So this month's sponsor, we have sponsors each month. It's $250 to sponsor the program for the month. Carter Sherline of Frogprint Studios is this month's sponsor. He's a great photographer. He's been donating tons of time, taking pictures. Yeah, let's give Carter a hand. For our events, and he's a great photographer, and he's sponsoring. There is a coupon in the newsletter that LA2M people can use. Yes. So please support Carter. Did you want to say anything?
Yes, as said, I'm a commercial editorial and portrait photographer, which means I pretty much do everything except for weddings. I avoid them, and that's a long story, which you won't really want to hear. I can tell you everything. I guess the hallmark of my work is that I don't. Kind of photography is you find a niche, you find a style, and that's what you do. My thing is, I do just the opposite. I don't want somebody to look at my pictures and say, I know who took that picture. I want them to know about the subject, or at least what we want people to think about the subject, if it's commercial shop. I did get hired once to shoot for a court case, so I wasn't supposed to make the subject look good, I was supposed to make it look bad. So I looked like they had fallen, on the sidewalk, which they had. But I was trying to make them work. So whatever the job calls for is what to do.
Thank you. All right, so hire Carter for photography, please. Thank you. All right. Before we get started, does anyone else have a quick announcement to make? Oh. Bud, did you want to talk about this program that's coming up?
Yep, I sure did, real quick. Normally I'd save it for the end, but I'm teaching at 1 this semester, so I won't be able to announce. We are doing the search marketing workshop again. Many of you attended last year. It's going to be November 16th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. $40 full price. We've got a 25% discount that lasts through October 15th. I have Scott Brockman over here, who will be staying through the whole program and able to talk with you about it. Just kind of the real quick, we have 2 tracks. We have an effective search marketing track, and we have a mobile marketing basics track. We have speakers from Pure Michigan, MLive, Google, and surprisingly enough, Quicken Loans, which as it turns out is Google's largest financial services customer in the country. I won't say how much they spend. That's, I think, a little bit confidential, but it's mega amounts. And so we're looking forward to a really lively event, interaction with our students, our faculty, and we have on the order of 10 speakers in the 2 tracks and the keynotes.
Great. Thank you, Bud. And Bud Gibson in Eastern Michigan is actually sponsoring October-November programs for LA2M, so thank you for that. So, any more quick announcements? Okay, we're going to get started. So, today we have a great speaker. Terry's going to talk for approximately 30 or some minutes. At 12:45, we go into introductions, and we'll pass the microphone. Everyone will get a chance to introduce themselves. So that'll be nice. You can tell us just briefly what you do in 5 words or less or 10 seconds. Kidding. But anyway, so Terry Bean is our speaker. I'm sure most of you know Terry Bean. He's helped start an organization called Motor City Connect a few years ago, and lately he's been doing this 313D Love. So Terry is a guy who really supports and loves the city of Detroit. They do, what's that thing, the bus stop? Right, they do this thing where they tear down an old crack house and really rebuild it and make it a new place. And so he does a ton for the community, and he's very well known, a huge networker. Well, he's done lots of things. But he's a great guy. So anyways, let's give Terry a big round of applause and welcome him to the excited.
So did I go the right way or the wrong way?
That's right.
That's the right way? All right. Am I in the light? I have to go to the light, Caroline. You got to go to the light. You all are in for a treat. This will be the one time anyone ever sees me stand perfectly still. I have 96 slides to get through in the 30 minutes that we talked about, and I forgot to bring my clicker. So I will be standing here manually transition. So let's start talking right now. Conceptually, the world that we live in is crazy, right? It's so loud, it's so crowded, there's so much information, and we've all got these important things to share. Well, it dawned on me a few years ago that the idea of advertising as a whole was dead from where it was. So, enter the world of LA2M. I'll actually substantiate that statement at some point. Derek made mention of the fact that I started a group called Motor City Connect. Motor City Connect is in its actual 6th year, starting November 1st, so we're excited about that. Largest business networking group in the state of Michigan. You can find us at motorcityconnect.com. because of Motor City Connect and the networking and the connecting that I've done, been able to develop a nice little career as a speaker, which is a true passion. I enjoy being able to share information and knowledge with people. Subsequently, we also launched an event here in Detroit called TEDx Detroit. Derek was on the first planning team for that way back in 2009. Quick update, the next TEDx Detroit is October 26th of this year. Very, very small daytime event. We got limited to the amount of people. Very, very large after party. It's a Friday night. Come on out and have a good time. You got the important part, right? I'm the Cliff Notes guy. I launched a book called The Universal Guide to Business Networking in 2010. Helps people do better in their career and also actually start to find a career. In 2012, I launched this cat, Magneto Man. Magneto Man's a superhero that attracts great things into his life and the lives of those around him. He's also the mascot for U Network, which is my software development company. We specialize in agile development using the .NET framework. Yeah, that's geeky, right? I know. This is my new passion, 313D-Love. We're actually going to talk a little bit about this because 313D-Love is actually a LA2M campaign. So today, I'm going to explain what a LA2M campaign is and then give you a firm example of how one actually works. I mentioned it earlier. We live in a very crowded world. Everybody's competing for the same attention, right? We're bombarded. Statistics show that we get hit with 4 million messages that our subconscious brain has to process every second of the day. Think about that for a second. 4 million stimuli every second. It's amazing that you can all sit here and stay still, isn't it? So we're crowded, we're attention deficit, and it is as noisy as it can possibly be. We look at all the stuff that's going on social, we're putting our messages, our information, our content out, and we're expecting that the people we're trying to communicate with are actually paying attention to it. You ever do that? You're like, well, I posted that on Facebook. Did you not see it? I'm not the only one that's that arrogant that asks that question. So, first and foremost, like every good marketer will tell you, you need to create that message. You need to know what you want to tell somebody. The key is, in a LA2M world, if that message isn't dotting your prospects or the people you're intending to run it through right between the eyes, you're not going to ever have it heard. You've got to have the target. And your target's got to consist of a couple of things. One, your prospect. Who are the people that you eventually want to be doing business with? It also has to hit the idea of your client, right? If you're not reaching out to those people and explaining how you could be doing more or doing different things for them, you're missing a great opportunity. So it's all in the message. Well, what does that message have to be? First and foremost, it's got to be absolutely clear. The amount of miscommunication that we have in this area, and I mean Detroit, the state of Michigan, the United States, the rest of the world, is crazy, right? And it's because we think we're saying one thing, but the person that we're communicating to is receiving something totally different. Clear communication is one of the most important things you can have. The next thing that goes along with this is brevity. Your communication has to be absolutely concise. Talk about how attention deficit we are. No one's got time to go read a page-long email. No one's got time to listen to a 3-minute voicemail. We can't even watch a 1.5-minute YouTube video anymore, people. What is wrong with us? Get to the point, right? And you got to do that as quickly as humanly possible. And, oh, by the way, your point, it better have a fairly strong call to action. It needs to be thought out. What do you want people to do? How do you know if a communication you're having is going to be a success? You need to think about that before you have the communication. I've got 3 things I want from you all today, and I will tell you what those are. And hopefully some of you will do at least one of them. That would be kind of cool with me. I'm easy going, what can I say? So we got to start looking at what the right questions are. We also have to think about where we're going to, I said disseminate. How we're going to disseminate the information. I don't know why, I cracked up so hard when I put that joke in yesterday. All right, so in the old days, we used to have all kinds of different ways to communicate with people, right? We used carrier pigeon. We had the opportunity to send some cool smoke signals. You know, the letter came in and got kind of vogue. I skipped over the telegraph because I figured most of you wouldn't know what that was anyway. We got the newspapers became a very good way to be able to reach our target audience. The radio, I asked my assistant to pick up a picture of the TV and a radio, and this is what she sent me. I literally told her, do me a favor, text me a photo of your TV, because I want to make sure it doesn't look like this. It did. I was very happy about that. There's all these different ways for us as marketers or for marketing companies to take our message and get them in front of people, right? We still have billboards or prominent. And we ultimately know that to this day, the most effective form of marketing is what?
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, right? Which is why groups like this are so powerful, because you have the ability to share your message one-to-one with a large group of people. You know, the other thing about word of mouth is over the past couple of years, it's kind of changed into word of web, right? So now we have this whole wow advertising niche going on. So understanding how to take that message that you've created, how to have it relate to your intended audience. Because the reality is, if you're sitting here telling us that everybody is a good client or a good prospect for you, you really don't understand your target. It's time to go do some more market research, right? So formulating that message to that target client or that target prospect, and then using the mediums or the channels that are available to you, very powerful in LA2M. The one thing that I've come to conclude lately is that it's time to understand how our people, who we're trying to communicate with, how they want to be communicated to. How often do we send our message through the medium that works best for us? It's the wrong way to go about it. We need to send that message the way that they want to receive it. How do we figure out how they want to receive it? It's pretty simple. You ask. Facebook, right? Facebook's a good tool. Question. How do you prefer to receive communication? If a message is sent that you wouldn't want to miss, should it come through text, email, phone, parentheses, voicemail, snail mail, Facebook, Twitter DM, LinkedIn, video, or other? And then you get to go through and actually see the cavalcade of responses, right? And people are talking about text, and people are talking about text actually was the #1 answer on Facebook, which I was kind of surprised by. And phone basically came in last. I don't know about you all, but if there's an important message and something you need to tell me, please call me. That would be the way I would want to receive it. Email was surprisingly low as well. And doesn't email thread better than most of these other things? Is anybody's Facebook not buried or overrun? Does anybody need more stuff in their Facebook? Because I'll send you stuff. I got stuff. So text, email, phone, Facebook, text. I like Gina, she's fun. Text, Facebook. But text was overwhelmingly the #1 answer. So show of hands. How many people would prefer it to come through text? Okay, handful. How many people would prefer email? Much more. How many people would prefer phone? All right, in between the two. How many people would prefer something I didn't ask about? Please.
Like LinkedIn.
LinkedIn would be good for you? Okay, good to know. Anybody else? All right, good. You guys are helping me out. I do have 96 slides, so thanks very much. So the idea of having those people around you that care about your business, that understand what you're trying to do and what you're trying to communicate to others. Those relationships, right, where you're business partners and going out and finding opportunities for one another is one of the cornerstones in RelateVertizing. Being able to have other people share your message, right? Because those people will be similar enough to you that they'll attract people that are similar enough to your cause. Other nice thing, and you can tell that you're doing RelateVertizing well when you have loyalty cards, loyalty programs. How many of you have a loyalty card or 17 of them in your purse, wallet, or keychain? Right? You are brand ambassadors to the highest extreme. You know you're doing something well when someone's rocking the LA2M shirt. I'll have it on before this presentation's over. I like black and orange, it's cool. So, a couple of years ago, I went to TEDx Detroit and I watched Dan Gilbert speak. It was 2010. And Dan had this picture called The Miracle of Detroit. And it was this futuristic skyline implanted on a Time magazine cover with the date March 2020. Has anyone seen this photo? I'll put it on the LA2M page later. Thank you. But someone saw it. I didn't throw it in this presentation, but I'll make sure that it gets up there soon. That night, I walked up and down the river and said, boy, how do we make that vision a reality? What can we possibly do? And then it hit me. And I'll explain what hit me in a minute. But I will also tell you that this is the first RelateVertizing campaign that has been out there and going. How many of you lived in southeastern Michigan before December 1st, 1993? Nice typo. 93, that's supposed to be a 9 and 9 and 9 and 9. Way to go, Captain 2 o'clock in the morning. Anybody know what happened and why December 1st, 1993? Trick question. What happened that day?
The web.
The web? Close. Anything else? It's very germane to this area, southeastern Michigan in particular. The invention, or the addition, as it were, of the 810 area code. Very, very divisive. Flipped from all of us being 313 to having different segments. So, enter the idea of 313 be loved. Gabriel Richard in 1805 said, we hope for better things. Out of the ashes we shall rise again. Seems like somebody would have said that in 1967 too, doesn't it? Tell you what, man, 1805, city slogan coined. City's 104 years old. We hope for better things. And I think it's symbolic that ashes are a part of that and part of where that city is. So I have a vision. I have a vision for Detroit where the self-esteem and self-worth of the citizens is high, where the unemployment is low, and the educational system is second to none. And that is the vision of what 313D Love will accomplish. We got a lot of work to do. These are some of the things that we're going to hit on. Number one, the hardest thing that we will do is change the mindset of not only the people that live inside the city of Detroit, but those of us who live around the city of Detroit. Because it's messed up. And we can't do great things when this isn't set properly. We're going to take out all the cracked out buildings, the houses. The big idea is this, very simply stated. Take all of the unemployed and underemployed individuals in and around the city of Detroit and put them to work knocking down the blighted out buildings. Period. End of story. While they're out working, earning a living wage, knocking down these houses, we can grab groups, we can grab communities, we can grab churches, we can grab associations, Kiwanis, Rotary, whatever kind of club you got, LA2M as an example, to come down and work side by side with these folks to knock down the blight. I've done a lot of really cool things in my life. The most impressive days, and the ones that leave the most lasting impact on me, are the ones where I'm standing with a sledgehammer tearing down the house. And anyone that comes out and does that with us says the same thing. This is an important thing, man. I want to end racial disharmony by removing fear and misunderstanding. Because at the heart of what racism is are those two things. And we need to just come together and start to understand each other a little better. It's a whole nother topic in a whole nother way. So how do you improve the mindset? Well, the media is a real big part of it, but the media, as we all know, really likes to show negative crap. I get it. No one's going to tune in if the headline is, hey, today was just like yesterday. It was sunny and 70 and everybody's happy. You're not going to watch that. I know, and they have to sell stuff. So we've got to be the media. We've got to take it upon ourselves to start showing the images, to start showing the videos, to start telling the stories of great things that are happening. I know I'm in the bubble in Ann Arbor. I appreciate you all hearing me out and thinking about this. Because I really need to talk about the D. Because even though we are out here in the bubble today, a strong central city like Detroit is not only fantastic for our region, it's fantastic for our state. And as we all saw over the past 5 years, and Derek was sitting in the room when I said it the first time, as Detroit goes, so goes the rest of the country. And I'll tell you what, I can easily argue so goes the rest of the world. We've seen what's happened in the last 5 years. Strong Detroit helps us quite a bit. So who do we need to have play? Well, we got to have our friends in Oakland County, our friends in Wayne County, our friends in Macomb County, our friends in Washtenaw County. It's almost like a mirror image. And then it's got to go expand from that, right? We need people from Michigan. We need people from the United States. We need people from the rest of the world. Again, as Detroit goes, so goes the rest of the planet. We've got a lot of gems in the city, and I don't want to spend a ton of time talking about them, but you'll probably recognize a few of them as we go through this, especially if you have a magnifying glass in the back, and you can see this in the back there. Excellent, thank you very much. How many people have been down to the city, the walk down there? Good, that's awesome. Wasn't it cool?
Yeah.
And weren't you like blown away? You're like, wait a second, this is Detroit? That's exciting stuff. Art Plaza, very fun. I was so happy that they put the fireworks back on because it seemed odd to not have them. And it's a crazy conversation to talk about this not being our auto show anymore. How does that even seem right? Right? It just seems impossible. So I need you to do me a favor. I need you to make some noise for Detroit. And yeah, I meant now, in case you're wondering. Maybe I wasn't clear about that. Tell you a little story. March 12th, 2012. I decided we should kick off a little campaign. We should call the campaign 313D-Love. We should have people tweet about what they love about Detroit. What's good, what's positive, what's upbeat, what's exciting, what's worth talking about. Right? So I said, I make a video. It only got 413 views. That's cool with me because it didn't really matter because I use tools like these to share that video, to share that information, and to share that request to say something nice about Detroit tomorrow at 3:13. Right? It was March 13th. I thought, hey, March 13th, 313. If we have a conversation about cool stuff about Detroit at 313 on 313, maybe people will buy into this. Well, I think they did because not only did it trend nationwide, it actually trended worldwide, which is kind of a cool thing to start a meme that you can watch go all over the world. That was fun. Stephen Clark caught hold of it and was pretty cool and supportive and ended up nominating me for the Person of the Week. right? And that's whatever that is. Not as important as the message, the love, the information, and the heartfelt sentiment that people shared about our area. Great, so Channel 7's on board. Now we got to get the rest of these jokers on board. It's challenging to have the media share good news, but they're starting to. Detroit 2020 is a cool thing that Channel 7's doing. I know Fox 2 had something. I'll be honest, I haven't really looked at the news for 4 years, 5 years, because I gave up on it. Anybody else give up on the news? Yeah, like half of you, right? The other half, I assume, are news junkies. Is that accurate? Can't get enough? It's kind of cool that most of you non-news people sat over here. Did you know I was going to ask that question? It's not just the television. We've got to involve the radio stations. We've got to get these people moving forward too. 96.3 was really cool. They did a nice story on what we're doing. And it's about taking down this kind of mess. People ask all the time, great, what do you do when you get rid of the houses? Boy, oh boy, that's the fun part to answer, right? Brad Pitt started a group called Move Forward. I think it was Move Forward. Down in New Orleans. They're the single largest sustainable housing building company in the country, and they're looking for a project. How cool would it be to replace this with green housing? Right? We talked about urban farming at length. You're all familiar with that concept. There's companies out there that are just going and planting trees. There are people that are putting up parks and playgrounds and areas for the children to walk through. And that's the part that makes me commit to doing this all day, every day. Think about your own children walking by this on their way to school. What would you do? Anything you could to get rid of it, right? It's not safe. And it's not safe from a physical perspective, but it's not safe from a mental perspective either. This messes with your head. How are you going to learn the capitals of our 50 states if you're worried about walking past that on your way home from school? What's if you make it past it? No doubt. So we've got to involve some leaders and some cool cats that are in and around the town. One of the biggest areas of focus that I have right now is hitting the faith-based community, because I think, especially in the African-American faith-based community, because they can get that message out. I'm telling you about LA2M. Here's the biggest truth. I stand in front of a group of black people, the first thing they notice, I'm not black. I know you're all shocked. Not a little bit, I guess, back on the Indian side of my life, but that's the reality. So the message has to relate from who's delivering it to who's receiving it too. That's why it's important to have leaders that look like the people that we're targeting. And this is one of the biggest deals right here, right? And here's the reality. There's no fault, there's no blame, there's nothing wrong with this statement other than the fact that there's an element of truth to it. We can change that. Because what I want to do is give people a sustainable career path where they can go to work every single day, increase their level of pride, not only in who they are and what they're doing, but certainly in their community as well. Because it's their community, it's our community, it's your community. We can all make something great, but we have to do it together. Because what I know for a fact is that, especially as a man, if you don't have something to do productive where you can be giving back and doing something great, your sense of pride goes down. When your sense of pride in being a man goes down, your ability to take care of the basic duties of a man goes down. Think about the level of education and how that would rise if we had functioning families throughout this area. Got to get people back to work. And we've got to give them a way to go back to work, because the reality is it's nobody's fault that they don't know what they can do. We can't keep giving up on folks. We have to come up with ways to make things a reality and make things happen. And this is one way to do it. So, we've got people in the city doing work. We've got people from outside of the city coming in and doing work. And together, we can do some amazing things. Hey, cool, Microsoft PowerPoint has stopped working. Thanks, good timing. They weren't kidding. I don't know about you, but I thought that was kind of just a random statement. Huh. Hold on a second. That's really cool. Oh, they wanted you to make some noise again for Detroit. All right, thank you. That was almost enthusiastic. All right, so I feel like I was right about here.
Yes.
Let's call that good. And yeah, so almost like it didn't happen. All right, Metro Detroit is doing cool things together. Here's the deal. We have to take the message and wrap it in the Word of God, because that's what resonates with people. People will hear things, and when they think about it, it doesn't have the same impact as when they feel it. Right? This is a feeling thing. Oh, take the notes out of the slide, Terry. Good idea. I know that there's going to be obstacles, right? I'm not Pollyanna. I know, well, I'm a little Pollyanna. But I'm not totally Pollyanna. I get that this is going to be a huge task, unsurmountable. Literally, my goal is to raise $100 million in the next 18 months. You have any idea what kind of eyebrows go up in laughter I hear when I say that out loud? True facts. Because we've got problems just in the city alone. You realize? Did I do that?
Microphone. Make sure it's on. The battery's in.
Make sure it's on in the bedroom. Okay, that was awesome. So, we've had two technical difficulties. One was not mine. I will tell you about the city permit process later, but I will tell you that it's long, it's arduous, it's unbelievable that it can take 30 days to 45 days to pull a permit just to tear down a house. What's also kind of crazy is that DTE Energy and the water company in Detroit and consumers all charge anywhere from $750 on up just to turn off their service. And this is service to a house that's been abandoned for years. Does that make sense? Does that seem right? Exactly. Well, when you go to pull down a house, to tear down a house, you have to go get a permit to say that you own the house. So they're charging the person who wants to tear down the house. Yeah, because why wouldn't you want to make sure it's even harder to do that? Yes, thank you. Shake my head. I think that's a fantastic idea. You know, the problem with really good ideas, you basically volunteer to head them up.
I've been a letter writing person for years, and that's outrageous.
It's outrageous indeed. And I think a letter writing campaign would be fantastic. We got Channel 7 to do a story on it, so that was good. It needs to bombard the senses. So, we've seen this, right? There's a million-man march. I think that's an important way to go, to enroll people. So we need business professionals that are going to get involved. Disclaimer, not everyone in the next few slides is already involved. Some of them are just dreams inside of Terry's head. I'm a little bit crazy. You've already figured that out. Just a little. We've got community organizations that are doing great work. We've got colleges and universities that are doing things. How did the U of M thing get off of here? There was a big M in there, I swear, yesterday. We've got organizations, stop moving! We've got organizations that want to be a part of it. We've got chambers of commerce, and we've got fundraising and fundraising goals, as you can imagine. I told you we have to come up with $100 million. So the goal is very simple. It didn't save the last draft, that's what's going on. So my new slides are out of order. What if 1 million people donated $10? $10 million. I'm a tenth of the way there. Is anybody really going to miss $10? Especially based on what we're talking about and what it's going to be put to use for? I've seen that tough. And then we can take that $10 million to some of these foundations and say, hey, we know that you do matching. We want to have a grant that matches what we're able to raise, so we can effectively double our money. Pretty cool. This is what's scary about it, though. And people ask me all the time, are you going to work with the city? And my answer is very simple. Hell no. You can't work with the city. They don't have the ability to get things done. Current administration, significantly better than previous administration, doesn't change the fact that there are a bunch of legacy employees that are making too much money doing far too little. We want the city to come want to work with us. That's the goal. It's wag the dog at its finest. Here's how the money will be spent. We've got to pay people, right? That's the biggest cost. Permits and utilities and all kinds of fun stuff. And then actually we're going to take a lot of the houses and instead of actually tearing them down, we're going to deconstruct them. And the difference between deconstructing a house and tearing a house down is you can take the elements of the house and recycle it, right? So we can make for a much more sustainable area as well. 3 things I want from you all. Number 1, I want you to tell somebody about this. Pretty simple, right? 313dlove.com. That was on the slide. I told you that I picked the wrong presentation when we started back up. 313dlove.com is the home page and the website for this organization. I would like you to go to Facebook and type in 313dlove. We've got a bunch of great stories, a bunch of great pictures, some cool video, and a lot of entertaining information about Detroit and people in and around Detroit that are doing great things. If you could give 313D-Love a like, that would be fantastic. And the third thing would be is if you could find it in your heart to donate at 313dlove.com. We are, in fact, accepting donations. So, all of that being said, LA2M has to do with taking a message that is important to you, formulating it in a way that somebody that you're communicating with is going to internalize it because it becomes important to them. And when you can do that, you can make the most amazing things happen ever. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Terry. All right, I've already liked the page. Surprised I didn't like it before, but I just liked it now.
Thank you.
So, great. So now we're in the introduction part of our program. A wonderful talk. It's inspiring. I think we should actually all pile into the digital bus after this. Let's go down to Detroit.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Right now.
We're going to tear something down right now.
Yeah, we're going to tear it down. All right. So we're going to pass the microphone, and you have just brief time to introduce yourself. Give us your name, your company, what you do, and then pass it to your friend. And we'll get all the way around the room and by one, right? Oh, folks, you know. Bob, Karen, there we go. And please stand up when you do it.
Hi, I'm Karen Hesselberg, and I've been a nurse all my life. I work now with a doctor who is specializing in resetting your metabolism so that you can truly lose weight and keep it off.
Hello, I'm Brenda Bentley. I've written a walking guide to Ann Arbor called River Walks Ann Arbor. And for the last couple of years, I've been working on a walking guide to Woodward Avenue. And that has given me the chance to get to know Detroit very, very well. At first, my husband got mad at me and wouldn't let me go into the city. And now he comes with me frequently and takes a lot of photographs. He's our photographer. And it is actually very exciting, and there really are a lot of, I concentrate on finding the beauty. The theme for my book is Beauty on the Avenue, the 27 miles from the riverfront to the Lake District in Pontiac. So it's been a very exciting thing to get to know Detroit. It's been, I really appreciated your focus on the manhood problem, and I really think that that is the key, and it's going to be a success, and your idea is great.
Terry, I have to echo Brenda that I am just totally inspired by your topic and your work. How many of us sit at home, wring our hands, and say, what can be done here? Kudos to you for actually doing something. So my husband Mike and I, our business is Intelliments, and at intelliments.com you'll find 3 to 6 minute short video topics on business topics of interest such as project management, business process management, work-life balance, team building, icebreakers, all kinds of neat things like that. Some of our content is free. Others of it is priced to sell at $5 to $25.
Hi, I'm Colin Thomas. I work at MLive. Came here to hear Terry speak today. Great talk. I have 3 things to announce. There's 3 new football apps on MLive for Android or iPhone: Lions, Wolverines, and for Derek, the Spartans.
Thank you.
I'm Ross Johnson. Colin showed me the apps. They're pretty cool. So I'm with a company called 3.7 Designs, and we design beautiful, usable, and emotionally engaging websites.
Hi, I'm Rosa Dusak, and the company is Metafet Media, and I'm a web designer and graphic designer.
Hi, I'm Jane Delancey, Delancey Design. We do design for marketing and communication, web and print, focusing on creating a message that speaks to your audience. But today I'm kind of asking for anyone that knows about the new Google Analytics. Anyone understand it? I'm looking for help. So,
Hello, hi Terry, nice to see you. My name is Angela Barbash, this is Debbie Eater, we're with Reconsider over in Ypsilanti, and I just have a quick question for you guys. By show of hands, how many of you have lost faith in Wall Street in the last 5 years? Lost faith in Wall Street and in our established money system. That's why we exist. So we are helping people pull their money off of Wall Street and put it back into Michigan. And I can tell you a lot more about how we're doing that, and I'm excited to talk about it, and very excited about what Terry's doing. Thank you for being here.
I'm Leslie McGraw with Let's Go Social Media Marketing and Training, and I'd like to help anyone who has big ideas about how they like to increase their position from where they are to the next step, but just may not have the time or the resources right now. I can help you do that.
hi, Susan Harris, technical writer, Internet Infrastructure Protocols Engineering.
Hi, I'm Scott Brockman. I'm a student at Eastern Michigan University, a search marketing student of Bud Gibson. I'm here today to promote the 2012 Search Marketing Workshop. There's going to be 2 tracks, basic mobile marketing and search marketing, effective search marketing skills. So the event is November 16th, 2012. Right now, if you register, it's $40, but we have a flyer here with the code that will give you 25% off and make it $30. I would like to give this flyer to everyone in here, and I hope to see you out there.
Amy Grambo, Director of Orange Advertising. We're a virtual, I would say, a la carte ad agencies. You can pretty much pick up whatever we're doing. We specialize in media planning and buying and web design. So one of the things we do have a client in downtown Detroit as well, the Detroit Music Hall Center for the Performing Arts. Who's been to the Music Hall Center for the Performing Arts? Not the Opera House. It's the Music Hall Center for the Performing Arts. Anybody even know where it is? Anybody know where the Lions play, the Tigers play, right? We're right between them. And there's the beautiful 83-year-old gorgeous gem of Detroit. So I invite everybody to be our guest and contact me if you would like to, and I'll see if I can get you a pair of comp tickets for the show. Musichall.org.
Tom Bellinson with Unipage. Terry signed me up. I want to tear down the building. Recycle it, sorry. Unipage is a software company that provides software for growing small and mid-sized businesses who want to accelerate their business processes.
Hi, my name is Nicole Zaremba. I just moved back from New York, and that's my next door neighbor that I didn't know was here. I worked in TV production, so I'm excited to be back in Michigan, and that's about it.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Musial. I'm a consultant for web and mobile development. Currently I help a lot of clients move their web presence to make sure that it's mobile friendly. So if you have a company or you know a company that needs some help with their website and helping it get mobile, I'd be happy to talk to you. Thanks.
Leslie with Collegiate Cleaners, we do residential and commercial cleaning, and we overnight college students. I'm also with an organization called Fill Detroit. You can look it up at phildetroit.com. It's a website for people to share stories, innovators, and entrepreneurs. We're kind of encourage everybody to Detroit's not dead, and we can all come together and kind of learn from each other's failures and how to be discouraged by it. So if you check it out, it's phildetroit.com.
My name is Mark Tucker, and I'd like to mention a program that I'm producing now. It's actually a filmmaking contest, and it's called the IPSY 24-Hour Film Shootout. And if you are a filmmaker or you know a wannabe filmmaker, I suggest check this out. I have some information on it. Basically the idea, you sign up, and you have 24 hours to make a short movie, and the winners get real cash. And so I'd be happy to talk more about that. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Sam Patel. I'm with SRT Solutions. We're a custom software shop here in Ann Arbor. So Terry, agilebase.net development sounds like a party to me. Recently been involved in a group that's a council, a technology council of Southeast Michigan, and it also has a goal of stimulating growth in Detroit, but from a technology perspective. So hoping that we can talk further about that.
Hi, I'm Dennis Skupinski, and I help Roger with the videoing here. And one of the projects I'm doing is I'm trying to get Michigan to get a World War I Centennial Commission. And I've made a movie on a volunteer unit from Detroit that fought in the First World War. And I've been doing a monthly World War I Centennial news report trying to bring points up about the city of Detroit or people in Michigan or some things that happened during the First World War when Michigan went from a mining and forestry economy to a manufacturing engineering economy.
I'm Roger Rayle. I do video here and for a number of other networking groups, one of which is Detroit New Tech, which is meeting tonight. It's usually the first Wednesday of every month, where 5 young companies come in and talk about what their business plan is and get hammered for another 5 minutes by the 80 or 90 people in the audience. So it's another good thing that's going on in Detroit. It's a spinoff of A2 New Tech. Also, I help with Ignite Ann Arbor, of which we have a few alumni speakers here, Brenda, Derek, and there's a couple others. Ignite is a program where you show 20 slides, automatically advancing every 15 seconds. So it's exactly a 5-minute talk. I've taken all 1,820 previous slides from the first 6 Ignites and compressed it down to 5 minutes in a video. I'll put that up on the LA2M website. So that'll inspire you to think about either you or somebody you know who should be doing an Ignite talk. The slogan of Ignite is enlighten us, but make it quick.
I like it. I'm Carissa Cubans. I just recently graduated from Eastern Michigan. I'm also a student of the Gibson, and I will be attending the search engine marketing workshop, as should you. It was great last year. I also work with Beth here on her great product, Sun Towels, which I'll let her tell you about.
Hi, my name is Beth Heiss, and I help with small business Sun Towels. We do lounge chair towels and boat towels. They have a pocket that fits over your chair, so your towel doesn't slide off your lounge chair or your boat seat. And I also teach half-time at Adrian College business and marketing classes. So keep busy.
Hello, my name is Daryl Washington. I'm a graphic designer.
Hello, I'm Amy Ma. I do wholesale diamond jewelry, both B2B and B2C. And I also do a website on publishing children's books.
Hello, my name is Bill Burris.
highlights. I started out my career in public accounting. I spent most of my career as a chief financial officer, but I really enjoy solving business problems. I'm working with a lot of smaller businesses now solve their business problems, and that incorporates strategic design to planning and implementation to just about anything. There's a long list, so I won't say more, but if you have any business problems, talk to me.
Hi, my name is Lauren Schneider, and I'm the account coordinator at Ingenex Digital Marketing.
Hi, I'm Erin, and I'm a content producer at Ingenex.
Hello everyone. Today is my first time at LA2M, and obviously wanted to come here for a long time. I am interning at Ingenex digital marketing firm, and talking about Detroit, I'm also part of Liberty Detroit. We're trying to establish an Eastern Michigan chapter for Liberty Detroit and work more for Detroit. And sorry, my name is Kula.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou. I'm the LA2M manager, and it's great to see everyone here. Thank you so much, Terry, for the inspiring talk, and also really a lot of good marketing information in there as well. Next week we have Cliff Settle and his anti-elevator speech, which should be just very valuable and entertaining as well.
I'm Eli. I'm also an intern at Ingenex. For the presentation, Terry, really enjoyed it, and I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
I have cards in case any of you want to connect with me.
Sorry to introduce myself. I have a push that I shoot other things besides meetings and running and golf. I pity our runners. I put some Michigan Runner magazines with a band coach. I'm a senior photographer at Great Lakes Sports Publications.
Thanks, Carter. And my name is Derek Marabon. Most of you know that. After this program, before the rains come, we're going to go take some pictures out by the bus. So if you want your picture in front of the bus, that'll be fun. Derek, and we're going to have Carter's going to take some. And thanks for coming. I really appreciate all you LA2M people and members and regular attendees. Oh, Terry. One last round of applause for Terry Bean. We love Terry Bean, and now to close the program and introduce next week's speaker, Dee Davey.
Hi, I'm Dee Davey. I help companies to provide business-to-business services, ways of improving their revenues, and I've been doing that for over 25 years. Clients come to me when they want to grow the business, and they're not quite sure what to do. I'm also the voice of Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing, and Mary did briefly introduce our next speaker. September 12th, we have a national award-winning speaker. This is 2 in a row. We've got some great lineup. Terry, you're being followed by another great speaker. We have Cliff Settle coming to talk to you about how you can instantly improve your networking skills and change the way you network forever. So join us September 12th at LA2M. See you next week.
This will be